Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Star Flames. In this video, we're going to talk about the messy divorce between Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner. But before we get into it, I know I can't be the only one asking, how does Sophie Turner end up playing the same role twice in her lifetime? She did it in a movie. That was her first-hand experience. And here comes Sophie Turner actually being held hostage by her man again in real life. Listen, I believe this woman manifested her life through the Game of Thrones, because I have been tracking their story and I'm like, what the heck is going on? Ain't no way. And you know what I hate? I hate the sense that Sophie Turner is actually being herself in the Game of Thrones, soft, not fighting back, being delusional, being tricked. She's not given strength. She's not, fighting. And she needs to stand up and she truly needs to fight. Because here is Joe Jonas totally dominating the Sophie Turner, making her look as though she's a nobody. Heck no, I cannot go with that. But there's one thing I have to say though. When it comes to the judge's order, I don't agree with it somewhat because we have two parents, two different countries. And I believe that some type of strings was pulled for the judge to pass such order, because I do believe that the kids are entitled to dual citizenship by law, and that portion of the law is being violated. And Sophie Turner needs to push back. If you guys remember, initially when it was announced that Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner was getting a divorce, and many people were like, oh no, Joe Jonas is a snake, because they could see signs of emotional abuse. The manner in which we have observed his mom treated Sophie, like that was all a red flag. And I'm saying, like, this woman should have gotten out from she saw those signs. But why did she stay? And now here she is. She's going through it emotionally. She has called for backup like hell because she needs to, right? With her girl, Taylor Swift, right? But she needs to do more than that. She really needs damn good, powerful attorney. And she also needs to be focusing on pulling some strings, because it seems as though everyone is pulling strings to get what they want. And she needs to stop being the nice girl. It hasn't worked out for you in the movie, honey. And it's not going to work out in real life. You need to stand up and you need to fight that good fight, okay? Let's talk about it, because Joe Jonas has fired back at Sophie Turner. And he's saying Sophie is the one who has crossed the line, violating an order by a Florida judge by trying to take their kids permanently to England. Joe's rep issued a lengthy statement in response to Sophie's claim Joe has abducted their kids by refusing to hand over their passports so they can return to England as per their agreement. So you're telling me that happened, right? Joe is holding on to their passport and you're issuing a statement. You need to be gearing up. That legal team ain't doing it. Get another legal team, add with them, and fight. But I do believe that the kids, they need dual citizenship. I understand she's saying that, he had initially agreed for the kids to return to England. And I do believe that they should be allowed to return to England. I don't know how they're going to work out schooling or anything, but I do believe that this is where homeschooling comes in, because both parents can afford it. 6 months in England, 6 months in the United States, because I believe that it definitely can work, right? Now, let's move on to the report because it's really lengthy, and we're gonna go through it, right? They're saying that Joe Jonas and Sophie, they've had multiple conversations. Joe Jonas initiated the divorce proceedings in Florida, as Florida is the appropriate jurisdiction for the case. It is the appropriate jurisdiction, just pausing here, because Joe knew that if he did so in Florida, he would have had an advantage, right? And he's saying that Sophie was aware that he was going to file for a divorce, and the Florida court has already entered an order that restricts both parents from relocating the kids. And Sophie was served with this order on September 6, 2023, more than 2 weeks ago. Let's pause a bit. Now, there are some clauses wherein I do agree with the court making decisions, but the court cannot tell you what is best for your kids. The court does not live with your kids. And I believe that that's where the court has too much power, and the lawyer needs to come in, step up, and actually do some work, right? Joe and Sophie having a cordial meeting is not going to resolve anything. The PR stunt is not going to resolve anything about being amicable co-parent. Joe Jonas is clearly being a narcissist. He's holding Sophie hostage, by way of the kids. He's practically holding this woman as a prisoner because Sophie has her, her allies in England. So if she goes to England, she will have more strength to fight back. She will have more counsel, better counsel to fight him legally from a legal standpoint. Joe knows that there's only one way he can keep Sophie in the U.S., file the case in Florida, because he has explored all the pros and the cons, right? And if he keeps the kids in Florida, then he will get what he wants and watch Sophie suffers. Ain't no way the kids should be stuck in Florida. The kids should be able to commute freely, and what the court is doing here, it's not legal. It is not. And I don't know why people believe that because the court may have made a decision, it doesn't mean that it's lawful. We have seen the courts make decisions when it came to Ye Money, and it wasn't lawful. It took one judge to speak out and say it wasn't lawful. What was done wasn't lawful. Anyone with common sense can tell you that parents with dual citizenship, the court should not bind the kids to one particular country. The kids should be able to travel back and forth, right? And if Sophie violates that, that's when a court order should be issued for, if Sophie violates it, Sophie get arrested. If Joe violates, Joe get arrested. But they're just being lazy. Like, it's given the sense that money's being passed onto the table for someone here to, take side. They're saying that Joe is seeking shared parenting with the kids, so they are raised by both their mother and father, but it is Joe's mom who is holding on to the kids, and it's Joe Jonas' mom who is basically telling him what to do and how to do exactly again, giving Game of Thrones, like what happened to Sophie, right? No, it's really unfortunate that, Sophie could not see this coming. It was rather sad. It's rather sad that she didn't take the initial red flags and use that as an opportunity to get herself out while she could. But I hate to see this woman, like, if you are a Game of Thrones fans, you're saying, I bet you all are saying, like, what the heck, woman? How do you do this in the movie? And how the heck you come back to do it in real life, but only this time around you say, oh, I want kids. Let's throw in two of them. Sophie, We want to see you on track. And I do believe that what they're doing is manipulation of power and authority, and it doesn't have to be this way. Now, I'm going to keep up on this for you all. It is the first video I'm doing on the matter. I have been reading up some stuff and looking into a lot. And as such, I can tell you that that court order that says the kids should stay in Florida, it is wrong. And not because it was issued by the court, it doesn't mean that it is correct. Neither is it lawful. But I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? And while you're at it, give this video a big thumbs up. Share if you care. See you all later. Peace.